Hey guys, I heard that y'all are having some issues with the inequalities. So as always, when we start having issues, let's go back to our charts and try and find some clues. Okay, so here's where we're going to find a lot of our clues is in this area. Okay, so we're going to find that inequality is indicated by this line, a reflection by this line, an asymptote, a limit, a function, a fundamental box, a directrix. So the ones we're really going to look at are function and inequality. And even if we come up here, we can see a line of reflection. We can see an asymptote line. We can see the solid function line, a limit, and another function. If we come over here, we're going to see graph inequalities. Less than or greater than is a dashed line. Less than or equal to, greater than or equal to is a solid line. My phone is not focusing, sorry. Less than or equal to is a shadow below. And greater than or equal to is a shadow above. This is an inequality sign, so it's a less than or greater than. There's nothing that can be that line. It's everything from that point for or below. So this is y is less than mx plus b. See how this is a solid line? It's because something can be that line. Y is less than or equal to mx plus b. Okay? But see how it's less than, so it's below. It cannot go above that point that y is. Okay? And I'll show you how we'll find those numbers. I'm just going over what things mean before we jump into the how-tos. Okay, so I think that's what we need from this page. So let's go back over here and let's look at the example that they did for us and let's work through it. So then we can understand things as we go. So if we have this line right here, if you see this line is dotted and this line is solid. Well, let's see where we get that from. Right here, L1, which we look over here, that's this line right here. That's dotted. L1 is y is greater than 1. Okay? So that is easy to plot. It's everything that y could be above 1. Could y be negative 542x? Yes. Could it be positive infinity? Yes. So we could go all the way this way and all the way that way, but nothing below here. So then we come here. L2 is equal to, or L2 is y is less than or equal to x plus 3. Well, that's great. They drew the line there for us, but I still don't know why they put that there. How did they get that line? How do I know that this turns into that line? Well, this is where we take our equation and just say, okay, if y was equal to x plus 3, what would that look like? Moms, this will be familiar to you in an XY chart. So just pick some x's. I don't care what the x's are. We're going to try and find what the y's are. So classic things to pick are like -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. Simple. So all we're going to do is we're going to take this number, put it in parentheses instead of x. So we're going to take this and we're going to say y equals to parentheses minus 3 plus, whoops, plus 3. What does that equal to? 0. All right, we're just going to do the problems. We're not even going to plot anything right now. We don't even know if we're right or wrong. We don't know if we're making any sense. We're just going to do this crazy thing that Ms. Carey said to do because she's crazy. So plus 3, what does that equal to? Plus 1. All right, so we're going to do the next one. Minus 1 plus 3 equals what? Plus 2. So we're going to write that up there. Plus 2. All right, we're going to do the next one. 0 plus 3. That's a hard one. That's 3. So we're going to put a 3 right there. And then we're going to do the next one. 1 plus 3 equals 4. Oops, let's put that up on our chart. Then we have 2 plus 3 equals what? 5. And then 3 plus 3 equals 6. Is any of this difficult? No, it's knowing to replace the inequality sign with an equal sign to solve for it. And then we're going to come back and we're going to test and see, are we right? Are they wrong? What in the world's going on? So I'm going to take my first pair. I'm going to say x is negative 3, y is 0. Well, we can't have anything less than 1, right, of y? Well, let's just see if we're right. So if we go over here, this is, we always start at our origin. All right, so negative 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's y is what? All along the x-axis, y is 0. Huh, we got right on there. It's not within the shaded mark. That's fine. What we're trying to see is the convergence of the two lines, what the two equations are together. It's kind of like a Venn diagram. So some of our marks are going to be on this unique line. Some of them are going to be on the two areas combined. So this is one that's going to be on the outside of the combined part of the Venn diagram, if you will. So the next one in our chart, so we've got that one's right on. So we're going to go negative 2, negative, which should turn into plus 1, right? Let's see. We go 1, 2, plus 1. Are we on the line? We are on the line. Oh. All right, so we're going to do negative 1. Negative 1 plus 2. 1, 2. Ooh, it's hard to do this while watching in your camera. That's crazy. All right, then we're going to go 0 and 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. Do you see how we're getting it right on spot? All right, so 1, x is 1, y is going to be equal to 4. X is 1, oops, x is 1, y is 1, 2, 3, 4. X is 2, 1, 2, y is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we have a mark outside of this graph. Let's see if it works. X is 3, 1, 2, 3. Y is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you see how it's pretty much the same line? Okay. So that is how we're going to do it. Now the next thing is to look over this way. They flip-flopped it on you. So you are going to start here. Why? Because it's easy. We like to be lazy. We start with the easy. All right, so x is greater than 1, and it shows you what kind of line you're going to use. Do you see that? They did that over here too. So you're going to use the dotted line. Just like when we graph inequalities and we leave an open circle for something that's less than or greater than, but we use the closed circle. So here we're basically, think of that as like an open line, and this is a closed line, okay? So you have x is greater than 1. All right, so anything larger than x is equal to 1 is great. So on the last graph, this was y is 1, right? Well, this is x, remember. So this is going to be x is greater than 1. So we're going to take and we're going to dot this. Okay, so this is our 1. So then we're going to go back and look at our our L3. That was our L4. So we need to mark our L4 and put arrows on it. All right, so what we're going to do here is it's y is greater than or equal to negative x plus 3. So let's write that. We're going to write it with an equal sign. Y is equal to minus x plus 3. It's always important to write your equation because it's so easy to drop a minus sign or put it in the wrong spot and whatnot. It's always good to reference this every time you write a new equation. Over here, we're going to put our XY chart. All right, so we're going to pick some x's, right? So we're going to say negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0. 1, 2, 3. All right, so now we have to do our equation. So if we come here, we're going to write our equal sign and we're going to put our minus sign. Now, this minus sign is not actually attached. Remember, that's like a minus 1 times x. So if that's a minus 1 times x, that minus goes outside of our parentheses. All we want to know is what is the x. All right, so now we're going to put a minus 3 plus 3, right? So what is that equal to? Ooh, I didn't leave myself much space. That was lovely. All right, minus 3 plus a minus 3, that's a minus 6. So we put over here, minus 6. And let's pull it over here a little bit more. Give ourselves a little bit of grace. All right, so we're going to say, nope, I was wrong. I'm silly. This right here turns into a plus. A negative times a negative. So this turns into 0. See, Miss Carrie can make lots of mistakes, but only on Wednesdays. So then we have a negative times a negative 2 plus 3. I put a mark right here. I think I'm crazy. That's a 6. Okay. Let's get back on track. These two turn into a positive, so that's 2 plus 3 is 5. All right, so then we have a minus 1 plus 3. Okay, that's a plus. So that is a 4. Equals minus 0 plus 3 is equal to 3. Minus 1 plus 3 is equal to a 2. Equals minus 2 plus 3 is equal to a 1. Minus 2, 1, no, 3, I need to keep track. Plus 3 is equal to a 0. Do you see how we went from 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Not always is it this beautiful, but this time it is. So we have 3, 2, 1, 0. Perfect. So we're going to come up here, and we're going to look at our chart, and we're going to go negative 3, positive 6. So, yeah, that's all for our chart, but that's okay. All right, so we know that X is -3. 1, 2, 3. All right, so +6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then we're going to go -2, 1, 2, -5, or +5. -1, 4, 0, 3, 1. Let's look back over here. Let's make sure we're on 1. Y should be a 2, right? 1, Y is a 2. And then 2 is a 1, and 3 is a 0. And then we take some sort of straight edge. This is my fancy ruler. Let's see if I can get my phone to support itself while I'm doing this. Probably not. Anyway, just know that I'm writing a straight line over here. Okay, I kind of missed it both times, but there you go. Always use a straight edge though. And it's a solid line because it is greater than or equal to. Now remember, it is greater than 1 for x. So that means anything over here. And it is greater than with y. So it is anything over here. So you're going to shade in this area. So let me know if you have any questions on the other problems.